Okay, down. Sorry. Okay, Philip, you crazy bastard. Let's read. K&R, Thursday, 1st January 1974. Increased sea traffic causes local concern. Inhabitants of a small village in a relatively desolate northwest have been reporting witnessing uncharacteristically large volumes of seaborne traffic over the past 6 months. Northwest Greenland is vitally uninhabited by modern standards, containing just 0.1 persons per square kilometer, 1/3 of the national average. Sea trade has dropped off dramatically since the closure of the northwestern lead and iron mines in March 1972. The mine itself ceased operation due to massive structure failure, following an apparently accidental detonation of standard mining explosives, where all 47 workers were assumed killed in the blast. Bodies were not recovered. Now locals are complaining of noise pollution caused by a high and steady volume of ships sailing close to shore. Unfortunately, in order for any form of official inquiry to be undertaken, the registration codes of the ships in question must be recorded, and since villagers claim the ships only travel under cover of darkness, this may mark a difficulty for their ongoing quest for justice. Eric Nunat. Okay. I don't really see what importance that contains. Maybe there's a hidden message in there or something I'm just not getting. Alright. It's badly faded, but it looks like a close-up view of some species of annelid? Annelid? Well, it looks like a worm, so I guess that's a scientific term for worm. Alright. More readings. Old newspaper. I was supposed to do something with this old newspaper. Don't know if it's in here. Is it over these? No. Okay, let's check in here. It's locked from the other side, but I think the key's still locked. Alright. Okay. Oh. Should I pick it up now, or? There's about half an inch gap under the door, but the connection room is pitch black. Connecting is pitch black. Okay, now I'm supposed to do something to this. But what? I can't pick it back up. Oh, let's try screwdriver. And there's the key. Alright. Alright. Okay. Perfect. I actually figured something out without any help. That looks unfriendly. From the debris, I'd say something huge broke into the room not too long ago. There's blood and slime everywhere. Well, that could probably only be one thing. That I hope does not bust into this room. Open, 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 open. So much death and disease down here, I suppose slugs were an inevitability. Yeah, probably. Note. Professor. There are the biomedical journals of Dr. J. Peters. MSc, PhD, completed between the dates of 30th March 1969 and 1st January 1972 at the Northwestern Research Station within the Northwestern Iron Mine with the permission of Delta Mining Corp. Replication of selected extracts left at the disposal of the mine foreman. Okay. Subject of study, genus Rhycophila? I don't know. Rhycophilia? Is that it? Okay, whatever. Commonly, gray rockworm. Oh, good. More worms. Aim: to investigate the abnormal presence of the caddis in the Greenland rock. Method: collection of samples. If needed, they can be identified correctly. Standard series of testing, observation, and dissection. Personal notes. Upon arrival at the mining facility, I was immediately stunned by the sheer volume of fauna that finds a way of life down here. Despite the conditions in general, one would assume that species whose natural habitat is past a certain depth would find the intrusion of human activity too great a threat to remain in a place. However, almost the exact opposite seems to be the case in this instance. It is curious that certain areas of the mine appear to be entirely without life in any kind, and yet other, deeper areas are teeming. And, were the situation permitting, I would embrace the opportunity to commit further time to the study of these organisms. However, the purpose of my stay here shall continue to be the genus Rhycophilia. Me. Finally some writing paper. Look at me, just using up the pages to scrawl down whatever comes into my head. What is this stuff anyway? Some kind of research paper? No matter, it's paper all the same. I can finally record what's been happening down here for, I suppose, about a year now. It must be near the end of 2001 by now. I wonder when Christmas was. No matter, too tired to write now. Well, let's do a little first. Seems like he's losing his mind. My goodness. Shit ton pages. Okay, hold in there, guys. Samples collected. The collection process has been far easier than I anticipated. The setup of the artificial environment for the rockworm went without a hatch, and the specimens themselves are so abundant as to make keeping them out far more challenging than containing them. They are all of healthy size, perhaps even beyond recorded size, and I can only assume that this is due to some lack of natural predators down here. Specimens are as follows: 3 adults in artificial habitat, 2 larva infants dead. Me. I've been down here 2 days now, was meaning to record events every day, but was too busy securing the area. I've used some supplies from the old mining system to wall myself in here. It seems as safe a place as any, so those things should at least stay put for a little while. To that end, seems I've had a pretty lucky stumbling here. All this old research is about something similar to what's been hunting me ever since I escaped the shelter 4 days ago. Don't get me wrong, after what they after what they did to me back there, I'd rather be facing anything else, and after almost a year of fighting for our lives, we didn't really stand a chance anyway. I don't know how many are left inside, but this is good. These notes might have some way to fight the things. The rockworms that followed me here, I don't know how they knew I was coming or how they managed to follow me in the dark, but maybe I can work that out now. I found some old newspaper clippings, but I guess they're referring to this mine. I had no idea it was so old, so big. I can see now why they built that facility here in the first place. A lot of history buried down here. It worries me, though. We'd better be resting all our hopes of rescue on one of the scientists who escaped right near the start of it all. He got out almost as the chaos began, and so we figured he might have made it out and brought help. But maybe me and him are due the same fate. I must record what's been going on, give the world the answers it needs so it doesn't fall prey to what's been released down here. But first I need to worry about myself, find a way out of here, and work out how to kill these worm things. Professor. Observations. The creatures are indeed larger than has previously been recorded. The juveniles seem to still be growing far beyond their natural limits. Although the adults have now expired, I will watch with interest to see what the lifespan is of this particular subspecies. The worms appear to have 3 senses, as would be validated by previous research: taste, smell, and extreme sensitivity of touch, which allows them to detect vibrations in the rock in the same way that the human eyes sense beams of light and process them into spatial images. I'm sorry, I'm getting so worn down from all this reading. I don't read out loud this much. Their natural prey is insects smaller than themselves, and heaven help those insects because the worm is a vicious and efficient killer. Oh great, I haven't noticed. Me again. He's wrong. He's yelling at himself in his own writing. This is so weird. He's wrong. They have no sense of smell. Today I attempted to distract them with a concoction I found lying around, but to no avail. However, it does seem that they detect movement via vibrations, which would explain how they can see in the dark. Damn, there's almost no way to escape them down here. I'm on their territory now. Lifespan is 3 days and counting. I can still hear them outside the wall. As an extra precaution, I've locked myself in a smaller study area connected to the main lab room. If they get through that wall, I doubt this door will stop them, but it's better than nothing. Barely. Okay, just dead. Okay, we're almost there. Professor, conclusions. This subspecies of genius worm is highly adapted for its environment. Excuse me. If released above the surface, it seems likely that it would quickly destroy the existing rockworm population, and soon after that the population would grow to a size far outstripping its own food supplies. Given its increase in size and lifespan already due to the unknown conditions, I would hypothesize that the worm, if left in such conditions for a reasonable period of time, perhaps 3,000 to 4,000 years, could grow up to a further 3 inches, making it a total of almost 1 foot long. However, should those conditions change or indeed magnify, physical evolution could occur far more rapidly, which it has. Me. It's the 5th day today, and I swear they have begun to surround my location. I can't tell whether or not they have breached the wall I built, but I'm certain they've entered whatever area surrounds this room. The future looks increasingly bleak. I intend to record here the events of the past year in the hope that perhaps what occurred could be contained or driven away. Now, I realize I could write all I wanted. No one will ever make it down here to read it. Except for me. So I write this down? Question mark. Good question. I have no answer. All I do know is I'd rather take my own life than die at the jaws of these hideous monsters. That's kind of what I'm hoping Philip would do. I have tied a noose. Those monsters may feed on my corpse, but they won't take my life. Well, that was long. I see no noose. Maybe he was in the process and just got effed up. Who knows? Well, now I know more about worms. I guess that's a good thing. It's an artificial habitat. Those things look long dead. I think I know how they felt not being able to get out. Yeah.